The year 1993 was all about questionable decisions. The questions surrounding events of this year would lead many to wonder what was going on. From a compound in Texas to the shores of Somalia, the U.S. government was seemingly entrenched in unsuccessful outcomes. On the entertainment front, 1993 was all about new computer techniques bringing Jurassic creatures to the big screen and providing new ways to create special effects moving forward. This year would also be a pivotal one for the world's biggest sports star, following the unexpected death of his father. The career move would be a shocking moment that had everyone asking, why? To begin the year, on January 8th, the Elvis Presley postage stamp went on sale. The stamp of young Elvis was chosen over older Elvis by the public with 1.2 million votes cast in 1992. January 8th also happened to be Elvis's birthday. On January 25th, Sears announced it was closing its catalog sales department after 97 years. The Sears catalog was the foundation of the company, which began strictly as a mail-order business. The end of the catalog was just part of an effort to save the business empire. They also cut 50,000 employees and closed 113 stores. On February 10th, Oprah Winfrey interviewed Michael Jackson from his home at Neverland Ranch. The talk show host asked Jackson about many rumors, and for the first time, he stated he had a skin condition that caused his skin to lighten, and that he was not bleaching his skin. The interview was the most watched interview ever, with 90 million people tuning in. On February 11th, President Bill Clinton selected Janet Reno to be the first female U.S. Attorney General. Her unanimous Senate confirmation would take place the next month, and quickly she would become a central figure in the Clinton presidency. On February 26th, a Ryder rental truck exploded in the underground parking garage of the World Trade Center at 12:18 p.m. The bombing killed 6 and injured over 1,000 in what was the deadliest act of terrorism perpetrated on U.S. soil at the time. Within days, several radical Islamic fundamentalists were arrested. On February 28th, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms sent agents to raid a compound outside Waco, Texas. The compound was occupied by a religious cult called the Branch Davidians, and they were led by David Koresh. Koresh was wanted on federal firearms violations, and during the raid, 4 agents and 5 Branch Davidians died, beginning a 51-day standoff. On April 19th, the standoff at the Branch Davidian compound ended after the FBI launched a tear gas assault into the compound, hoping to force the members out. Shortly after, fires erupted in multiple locations within the compound and quickly engulfed the building. 76 people were killed, including David Koresh himself, but many of the victims did not die from the fire. Koresh, along with 19 others, were found with gunshot wounds consistent with suicide. On May 20th, the final episode of Cheers aired on NBC. The series finale capped off 11 memorable seasons of one of the most beloved television shows ever. In the final episode, Sam Malone is reunited with Diane Chambers following a 6-year break, and the episode was watched by 93 million people. On June 7th, singer Prince celebrated his 35th birthday by changing his name to an unpronounceable symbol. The artist formerly known as Prince was unhappy with his relationship with his record label, Warner Brothers, and wanted out of the deal he felt a slave to. On June 11th, the blockbuster summer movie Jurassic Park was released in theaters. The film spectacle, which seemingly brought dinosaurs back to life, set a box office weekend record raking in $502 million. The Steven Spielberg-directed film successfully used groundbreaking computer graphics, along with animatronics, to bring the creatures to life. On June 26th, the U.S. launched a cruise missile attack targeting Baghdad intelligence headquarters in retaliation for an attempted assassination on former President George H.W. Bush. The assassination attempt occurred in April when Bush was in Kuwait to commemorate the coalition victory over Iraq. Kuwaiti forces arrested 17 suspects who were accused of packing a Toyota Land Cruiser with plastic explosives. On July 19th, a new military policy was announced by President Bill Clinton. Don't ask, don't tell prohibited military personnel from discriminating against or harassing closeted homosexual or bisexual service members, while at the same time barring openly gay, lesbian, or bisexual persons from military service. On September 16th, following the end of the series Cheers, NBC premiered a new show with a familiar character, Frasier, starring Kelsey Grammer. The show's pilot episode catches up with Dr. Frasier Crane as he starts over in his hometown of Seattle, where he takes on a new roommate, his father. On September 22nd, decorated Major League pitcher Nolan Ryan pitched in his final game for the Texas Rangers. Ryan was 46 years old when he took the mound for the last time against the Seattle Mariners, ending a spectacular Hall of Fame career. On October 3rd, a large-scale battle erupted between U.S. forces and local militia in Mogadishu, Somalia. The Battle of Mogadishu was also known as the Black Hawk Down incident, in which a desperate defense of the 2 Black Hawk helicopters that were shot down was attempted, but 18 Americans were killed trying to get back to safety. The loss of military personnel and the televised images of American soldiers being dragged through the streets of Somalia evoked public outcry, and the Clinton administration responded by scaling down U.S. humanitarian efforts in the region. On October 6th, after 9 seasons and 3 NBA championships with the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan announced his retirement from the NBA. The basketball legend said he had lost the desire to play basketball following the death of his father 3 months earlier. On October 31st, actor River Phoenix, who starred in Stand By Me and My Own Private Idaho, died of a drug overdose on the sidewalk outside the West Hollywood nightclub, The Viper Room. His death shocked his friends and fans across the country, as Phoenix was considered one of the most promising young actors in the business. On November 22nd, the Food Network made its debut on American television. The network initially launched with 2 shows featuring David Rosengarten, Donna Hanover, and Robin Leach. On November 30th, President Clinton signed the Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act into law, requiring handgun buyers to pass a background check. The act was named after Press Secretary James Brady, who was shot and wounded by John Hinckley Jr. during the attempted assassination of President Ronald Reagan in 1981. On December 10th, the pioneering first-person shooter video game, Doom, was first uploaded onto the internet by id Software. The popular computer game immediately began crashing networks, with people trying to download it, and eventually, it would be estimated that Doom was installed on more machines than Microsoft Windows 95. To finish out the year, on December 18th, the MGM Grand Las Vegas Hotel and Casino opened as the largest hotel complex in the world. Originally, the hotel and casino had a Wizard of Oz theme and was meant to be a family-friendly destination in Las Vegas. The idea didn't quite work out the way they had hoped, and it would be scrapped a few years later with a complete new renovation. If you enjoyed this video, check out the description for links that help support the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching.